Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be teaching you on how to use email security component of AI-SOC, AI-powered security operations there. So first you would need to come to this specific domain right here and you would need to click on create account. Here you would need to select the option. I'm going to go with the business premium 100 because I got more than 10 users in my company right here. And I would need to create more than 10 email accounts. So here you would need to enter the username. And here you would need to enter the email account of yours and click on send codes. Right after you click it, you would need to enter the verification code that has been sent to this specific email account that you have entered previously. And right after that, you can enter the password of your choice. Awesome. The account has been created, and right now we got to log into that account. So let's choose the plan once again. So I'm going to choose the way of entering my domain name and establishing, going through all of these steps. And by the way, if you're using Gmail or Outlook-based business mail network, you won't be able to set up the security specifically for outgoing emails. The security for outgoing emails is being set up for protection against impersonation. So no attacker would be able to impersonate your email account. However, Gmail and Outlook doesn't provide that feature out of the box, so you would need to set up that manually, but we provide that feature out of the box. So here I would need to enter my own domain. Let's say testsilence.codes. Just like that. I would need to copy the TXT name and the value of it and add this DNS record and then click on verify now. So I have created the DNS records, and right now I can click on verify now. And as you might see, the verification has been succeeded. It succeeded right away because I'm using Cloudflare. If you're using something like Gandhi or something else, the propagation may take up to 72 hours. So you would need to wait for longer. However, Cloudflare does add all of those DNS records with the propagation in just a few seconds. And right now I need to add the SPF record. As you might see at the bottom, there is the full information on the SPF record that we need to add it right here. The details of the DNS record itself. So I have added it as well. I'm going to click on check. The first step has been completed. Then I'm going to move on to the DKIM record. But before I proceed with adding the DKIM record, I would like to give you some more information on all of these records that we are adding right now. They are being added for the outgoing security, for the security against the impersonation of your email account. Specifically, SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records are responsible for that. And when you send an email, it is being sent from a specific webmail client. And the domain of that webmail client is visible for the receiving webmail client. So for example, you're using our webmail client, mail.silence.codes, and you're sending the email to Gmail account. And the Gmail webmail client, the webmail client of Gmail, is seeing from which webmail client the email has been sent from. And it shows, the email shows that the email has been sent from the webmail client that is mail.silence.codes. And when you send an email from any webmail client, the domain is always visible, and the attackers are using it for their advantage. The attackers are using the fact that you can send the email from any webmail client. But in any email, there's the SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records that are being appended because of the DNS records. The DNS system is appending to every single email that is being sent those SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records. And the webmail client has no control over it. So when you send an email, again, from our webmail client, mail.silence.codes, the SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records are being appended to that specific email. And the receiving webmail client, for example, again, Gmail, the webmail client of Gmail, it sees that the email has been sent from the webmail client, which is mail.silence.codes. And there is the SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records that are being appended to that email, which basically claim that every single email that is not being sent from the webmail client of silence.codes should be flagged as a malicious one, should be sent to the spam folder. And this is not something that is bypassable. That's why the attackers are suffering a damage out of this. So when they try to send an email from your business email network, impersonating your email account personally, for example, every single email that they sent is being appended with SPF, DKIM, DMARC records. And for example, the webmail client of the attacker is attacker.com. And the SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records actually say that every single email that is not coming from the webmail client of silence.codes should be flagged as a malicious one. And the webmail client that is being used when sending that specific email is the attacker.com. However, the scope is silence.ghost, and thus the email is being flagged as a spam email, as a malicious email. That's how this protection works in a very quick, short way. And you can get some more information on this from the top left menu, and there's a video that is appearing. You can click on it and you can get some more information specifically on spoofing attacks on the impersonation of email accounts. So now let's click on the generate DKIM button, and right here the DKIM record is being generated. So here's the name of it, here's the value of it, and some more information about that DNS record is visible right here. You would need to add this specific DNS record as well. So I have added that record. Let me click on check. And the progress is moving on. 2 of the 4 steps have already been completed. So let me add the mark record as well. I would need to copy the name of it and the content of it, and I should add it as a DNS record. I have added that DNS record as well. I'm going to click on check. Moving on to the last DNS record right here. It is the MX record. It is being set up just for receiving the emails. When the email is being set, it is going specifically to the webmail client that is mentioned in the MX record of the DNS configurations. And here's some more information about that DNS record that should be added. Please don't forget that the priority should be set to be 10. I have successfully added that DNS record now, and I'm going to click on check. So it is fully configured, and right now I can proceed with the dashboards. So right now I would need to activate my workspace. I would need to activate my subscription. So I'm going to top up the balance right now. I'm going to enter the amount from $10 to $500. Let me enter $500 right away, and I'm going to top up my balance. So I have successfully topped up my balance using the Stripe payment gateway. There's the option on paying with link, so you wouldn't even need to enter the card information. You can just proceed with the link option over there. And right now I'm going to be able to activate the subscription. I'm going to click on that button right now. So this is it. This is it for the setup. And right now I can add some more employees right here. Now I would need to click on the employees, and I'm going to see the following web page. I'm going to add some more employees right here. So firstly, right here, I'm going to add Gmail or Outlook-based email account, which is pretty straightforward. It is OAuth-based, and you don't need to configure that much in terms of the user settings. So we're going to start with this one, and later on, we're going to create Silence AI-based custom email accounts. There are only 2 fields to fulfill, so let me add my Outlook-based account. So I'm going to create that account, and as you might see, it has been appeared. I can set that user as the administrator so that this specific user will be able to access the admin console as well, and not only just be able to use the webmail client, email workspace, whatever you want to call it like. And as that account has already been created, you should enter into the domain of the email workspace, which is this one, and you would need to just log in into the account that has just been created. So I'm going to click on continue with Microsoft. So we have entered into the Outlook-based email account right now. So let's send some emails here just to myself. I'm going to click on send. And as you might see, the email has came from the correct sender, zainulahiman@outlook.com. And so it works perfectly. And right now, let us create the custom Silence AI-based email account. So right here, we can create the email account to be the first name and the last name. So account has successfully been completed. Here is the email account of mine. And I can also set that user to be an administrator. So you would need to enter to the email workspace back again. Here's the domain of it. So here you would need to enter the email address that you have just created as well as the password of it. Just like that. So password change is required. Right now we got to enter our current password. And we can migrate the emails from another email account. We can migrate the email account emails from Gmail account and Outlook account. So all of the emails that has ever been received and sent from that specific Gmail or Outlook email accounts are going to be appearing inside of the mail workspace that has been created by Silence AI. So you can basically transfer all the emails into another webmail client, another email workspace, which is Silence AI, without losing any of the emails that you have sent or received previously. And it doesn't apply only for the accounts that end with @gmail.com or with @outlook.com. It pushes into all the Gmail and Outlook-based email accounts. So if you have an email account with a custom domain of your company, you will be still able to migrate the emails from Gmail or Outlook. And the instructions on how to migrate the emails will be available in the instructional video on how to use the email workspace itself. But this specific video is about the instructions on how to use the centralized management console of it, how to use the admin console of it. So we're going to skip this for now. And you can compose an email to another email account, for example, this one. So let's name the subject to be team. And as you might see right here, the email has been appeared. As you might see, everything is being correctly displayed. So here is the email account of ours and the name, first name and the last name that we have specified in the centralized management console. So everything works like. And there is additional feature here in the dashboard that I'd like to show you. So as you might see, there are some circles appearing here. And inside of the circles, there are another circles. So the outer circle describes the domain. So here, for example, the domain is accountprotection.microsoft.com. And the inner circle represents the username of that email account. So the username here specifically is account-security-reply. And something that is appended after is exactly the domain. So we can view all the emails that are that have been sent or received throughout the entire email network. So right here, we can, for example, see what type of emails our own employees has sent over a specific period of time. For example, right here, we don't have a specific time frame. We have just chosen all time, but we can set the time frame right here. And also, there are some filters. For example, if you would like to see all the emails that have been sent from the CEO, you can basically type in the email account of the CEO. Apply filters, just like that. And all the emails that have been sent from the CEO will be visible right here. You can click on that and click on the full review of the email. And here's it. You can see the entire content of the email. And you can send that email to the trash. But before I do that, I would like you to see that this is indeed the email that have been sent from our email account right here. And we're going to be logging in to that email account back here. Just like that. So as you might see right here, we can see that email in the centralized management console. However, if we move it to trash, it is going to move to the trash even in the webmail client. So as you might see, the email has disappeared. But before, I saw that email in the folder of the sent emails. So as you might understood, the administrator can delete the emails of their employees. And why is it useful? Let's assume that a computer of your colleague has been hacked, and the attacker has hijacked the whole control over that computer. And the attacker is sending plenty of malware to other colleagues within the organization. And just to protect the organization, just to protect other computers from downloading that malware, you would need to delete all the emails sent by that specific email account. That specific email account, which has been compromised by the attacker because the attacker has compromised the computer of the employee. This is especially useful for cybersecurity professionals or forensic professionals as well, just to be able to see the entire email flow in this understandable dashboard here. And talking about this selector right here, if you select incoming emails, all the email accounts that have received the email will be drawn in white. But if you choose outgoing emails, all the email accounts that have sent the email will be drawn in white. And the same color change we can witness in the scope of our own domain. So right here, we can see that the receiving emails have been drawn in dark color. But in the light color, we can see the email accounts that have sent an email. We have sent an email from Zainul Himas at outlook.com. And we can see that we have sent indeed an email here from that specific email account. However, we don't see that we have sent an email from CEO, from the username CEO, from the email account of CEO at test.silence.codes. Why don't we see that? Because just a moment ago, we have deleted the email that was sent from this specific email account. That's why we want to see it. And there's one more thing to show you right here. You can click on this button at the bottom, and you're going to be able to see all the emails in some category. So, for example, there is the possibly spoofed emails, there's the spam emails, there is the emails with dangerous links, there are the emails that are possibly phishing, secure emails, etc. And you can scroll through all of these little windows here, and you can see specific threats right here. For example, possibly phishing, it says. And it has added an email that we have sent from our fake webmail client. We can see that this context right here is actually a spoofing based context. So this is the reason why this specific email has been flagged, because our AI reads every single email. It goes through the entire email. So for example, we can also see some of the emails in the phishing folder, in the possibly phishing folder that has been sent from the verified domains. However, this specific domain, accountprotection.microsoft.com, didn't add SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records properly. That's why they are being flagged as the possibly phishing emails, because the conversation in this specific email is about the account password change. So this might flag AI to recognize this specific email as the malicious one, as the phishing one, because it goes through the entire email, right, through the entire text of the email to detect phishing-based context inside of it. And if it sees that there is an email domain that didn't properly set up SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records, then that specific email from that specific sender is going to be flagged as the malicious one. And if you forgot, at the beginning of this instruction, we had to go through the DNS record settings for outgoing security establishment. We have added SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records for it. And those specific records are responsible for anti-impersonation. They protect that specific email domain, that email network, against the impersonation, so that no attacker would be able to impersonate that sender. However, Microsoft didn't add those records correctly. That's why there's the possibility that this specific email has been comprehensively spoofed by the attacker. I hope that this tutorial was very, very informative for you. Thanks everybody for watching. See you in the later videos.